Say, you should have been down at the dealership this evening. We just got in our new 1959 Plymouth for the announcement next week, and let me tell you, they are gorgeous.
Yeah, every year this time you come home all full of fire and tell me what a great car the new Plymouth is. But it's always a Plymouth, just a low-priced car. Now, if you'd seen a new Imperial or something like that.
Well, that's just the point, Bill. This new Plymouth almost looks like an Imperial. No kidding, you ought to see him.
All right, let's go down. We'll take a look at him.
You mean right now? Well, sure, I want to see him again myself. Let's go. But remember, keep it under your hat. Now watch where you walk, and in fact, you better let me have the flashlight and lead the way. The 59s are over in the back room anyway. Now, here they are. Come on in, I'll get the lights.
Isn't that taking a chance, Pete?
No, nobody can see us back here anyway. Well, there she is. What do you think of her?
Hey, that's all right. But it looks different. It is a Plymouth.
Yep, new from every direction. Just check this new divided grille. Looks deep and strong, doesn't it? All anodized aluminum and solid. Go ahead, feel it.
I can see it. Say, you sure this car is a Plymouth?
Sure, I'm sure. Matter of fact, this is a Plymouth Fury. That's our new top-line series.
Oh, well, that explains it. The lower-priced Plymouths aren't this plush, then.
Oh, yes, they are, Bill. Every Plymouth made has the same classy-looking front-end treatment. No paint substituted for chrome on even the lowest-priced series.
Mm-hmm. Dual headlights, of course. But how they got them fastened in? Sort of looks like they're floating in midair.
Well, they get that effect with the flat black enamel. Pretty cute, huh?
Sure is. And I like the way the front fenders match up with the dual headlights.
They call them double-barrel front fenders. That deep V in the top of the fenders adds a lot of stiffness to the whole front of the body. See how wide the chrome is on the leading edge of this fender? It runs right across the front of the grille to the other fender. Ties the whole front end into one low, wide look. The turn signals wrap around to the side where everybody can see them. And the grille wraps right around to the wheel cutout for a wider look.
Hey, that's smart. When you've got paint there, it's always getting stone bruises.
What do you think of our new wheel covers?
Yeah, I was noticing them. Sort of a spoke pattern, isn't it?
Yes, but these spokes are easier to clean and won't catch mud. Won't rust either.
Say, Pete, that windshield's different, isn't it? Looks bigger.
You bet it's bigger. Wraps around and over the car. It's standard on all Plymouth hardtops as well as convertibles. Gives the Plymouth a much more spacious feeling, inside and out.
Now, there's a feature that makes a lot of sense to me, because when I'm driving, I want all the seeing I can get.
You'll get over 10% more seeing in the 59 Plymouth hardtop, Bill. Now, just step back a bit so you can get the overall effect.
Uh-huh. That windshield blends right into the roof. Hey, wait a minute. Those tail fins are new. Boy, they make the whole car look different.
They sure do. But you've got to consider that this Plymouth is 3.5 inches longer, too. Then it has the new wraparound grille and new windshield. They all help give the profile a fresh, clean look.
I like that new side trim. Is that standard on the Fury?
Well, the sport tone is optional, but the rest is standard. Now, see how the trim is wider at the front than at the rear? Gives more styling emphasis to the front end. Now, come around the back. Just zero in on this new thin tail fin. See how wide it makes the deck lid look? And that deck lid has a new distinctive fast slope with a sharp crease right down the center.
Boy, sure looks like an Imperial.
You bet. And you've got a wide chrome strip that runs the full width of the rear on all Furies. Now, notice how the panel below the strip is recessed so it emphasizes the taillights and the license plate. The taillights are wide, heavy ovals with the backup lights in the centers, just like the top-line Chrysler Corporation cars.
Sure looks good, Pete.
If you really want to see something that looks good, come over here.
Wow, an Imperial spare tire cover. Hey, pretty sharp. I bet it costs extra.
It's standard on the two Sport Furies, but you can get it on any Plymouth. We call it the Sport Deck.
Uh-huh. Well, both these Furies look good to me. I suppose they got plenty of performance.
Sure. But this Fury name doesn't designate a limited production Plymouth anymore. Now the Fury name stands for our top-line full production series. Look at these pictures. Now, here's the third Fury, a four-door sedan. It has the standard side trim, no sport tone.
Mm-hmm. Say, those new tail fins, you know, they even look good on the sedan.
Sure do. Now get a load of these Sport Furies. Here's the new Sport Fury two-door hardtop.
Boy, that's all right.
And this is the new Sport Fury convertible.
Hey, let me get a good look at that.
Both of these Sport Furies have distinctive exterior trim. The aluminum sport tone is standard. And you haven't seen a more luxurious interior in a low-price car. The Belvedere series, priced right below the Fury, includes this smart convertible model, as well as 2- and 4-door hardtops and 2- and 4-door sedans. The Savoy series has this 4-door sedan, a 2-door sedan, and a business coupe. You see, the Savoy is now our lowest price series, since we don't have the Plaza anymore.
In other words, you downgraded the Belvedere and the Savoy.
Not at all. Better take another look at this Belvedere convertible. Even without the sport tone, you get those 2 strips of side molding above and below the aluminum. Matter of fact, the moldings are heavier than last year's. Now, you wouldn't call that downgraded, would you?
No, matter of fact, looks okay.
And this Savoy 4-door, it has the same exterior trim as the Belvedere, except it has one long strip on the side as standard. Well, let me ask you, would a man ever expect to find this much style in the lowest price series? This is deluxe. In fact, the lowest priced Plymouth has directional signals, dual horns, dual armrests, dual visors, foam front seats, all standard equipment at a competitive price.
You mean you can't even buy a strip-looking Plymouth anymore?
No, sir. So you see, we've actually raised the quality of our lineup by adding the Fury and dropping the Plaza. Finally, here's our new Sport Suburban, our top-line wagon. In addition, there's the Custom Suburban and the Deluxe Suburban series. All keep their same names and seat and door options, so there's no change in the wagon lineup except for engine availability. Well, now what do you think of them?
I guess you're right, Pete. They really look new. But I think the strongest impression I get is that these cars look, well, rich. They have the look of a quality automobile, you know?
All of us around here get the same impression. And I'm going to make sure all my prospects get that impression when I show them this '59 Plymouth. Speaking of prospects, Bill, you know, you ought to do some museum a favor and give them that old buggy of yours. Because once you get behind the wheel of a new Plymouth, you're not going to be happy, brother, until you got your own. Hi, this is Pete again. I hope you all picked up a lot of good pointers to help you sell your exciting new Plymouth. Ways to show your prospect that if it's new, Plymouth's got it. Now there's one sure way to find out, and that's to test yourself with the questions that are coming up next. Now ready? Here's the first one.
On the Plymouth '59.